Who bought this?
I'm on my fourth cry of the day. I'm telling you, this is no joke. I don't wish this upon anyone. I'm waiting for Sister Wives Tell All Part 2 to come on the TV because I can't stop crying.
XioTheDreamer is a 29-year-old woman from the Seattle area who initially blew up on TikTok due to her doing sarcastic dances to songs about her not having a boyfriend or something about weight, despite her larger size. When I first began looking into her story, I was concerned that this was going to be another foodie beauty type character, but I would go on to learn that Xio is a woman with a heart of gold whose addiction has pushed her to the brink. After blowing up on TikTok, Xio would continue sharing her meals with her fans and trolls, and doing more dances, which brought her a lot of attention, and not always for the best. And through this, we would slowly start to learn more and more about her. There's even an odd connection with Amberlynn Reed, but unfortunately for many who have addiction, whether it be with food or other substances, this story quickly spirals into one of tragedy. What was just a woman sharing her struggles with weight loss becomes a story of a woman fighting for her life. But before we get there, we have to start with how Xio first became popular. Xio started her TikTok just like most people do, posting random dance videos with her friends, some minor things about her life, but unlike most users, Xio quickly gained a following, no doubt due to her weight, and her not being afraid to talk about it or show it off. And people were quick to point this out. Xio had just began to gain a troll following, but still with supporters, but no matter what spectrum they was on, many had a similar question. How does Xio manage to live a normal life? And Xio would tell people about it extensively, along with showing everyone what she ate. Think of her like Nova Online, but just good at what she does. Xio would try snacks and beverages, talk about her life and her struggles with dieting, all while eating some very unhealthy looking meals. And it's during these moments where we could see that Xio knew what she was doing at the time wasn't good, but mainly it seemed like she didn't even care. Although the eating and mukbang she would do on live was no comparison to her dance videos, she would post typically coming out of the bathroom, which seems to be a mainstay of Xio's videos. And that's not a joke, she regularly records in bathroom stalls of fast food restaurants, and always to a song that played off the fact that she was a bigger woman.
Their new items is a different type of nacho, and it's actually only under $4. It's like $3.79, something like that. And it comes... Oh, that's not the nacho, never mind. This is actually their bundle, the chalupa bundle. It comes with the chalupa, a beefy burrito, nacho cheese. This is the cheesy fiesta potato taco. I like it because it's like $1 something. It literally just has potatoes and cheese. Let's see it right there. I love this one. And it has a little Cajun creamy sauce. This is new. It's the chicken flatbread. You can clearly see it's a flatbread. It's not like the chalupa. Let's try it. Oh, wow. This one's really good. What is up, my little dreamers? How we doing today? I really tried my best not to be that person, but I fell into the trap. Let's go ahead and prepare these spicy chicken budak ramen noodles. So this is going to be my second time trying these noodles. The first ones I tried were the pink viral carbonara ones. That's how much water I measured in. But I wanted to try a different flavor, and I love that this is in a cup so it's easy to make, especially if you're at work or anything like that. I've been exploring a lot of different ramens. Don't pay attention to that pan, I know it's dirty. And here's where I messed up. I totally forgot that this sauce is the spicy one, and this is the cheese one, the cheese powder. And that's the mistake that I made. I should have put less, or if any, maybe a little, because yes, I'm Latina, but I don't know why these noodles are so spicy to me. I should have put less of that liquid. So I was gonna get sriracha, and as you know, sriracha was out of stock for a while. Then I tried one noodle without sriracha, and I was like, yeah, never mind. Look, I'm Latina, baby, but this is a different type of spice for me. It just gets to me. So here I am. I did enjoy it. I did cry. My eyes did water.
Even in these early stages of her TikTok, Xio was already showing that being that overweight put a huge strain on her body, and she felt this more so when she would head off to work. Xio worked in communications. While she had this job, it wasn't uncommon for some of her coworkers to be in the background of her videos where, of course, she was still eating unhealthy meals for the camera, recording dance videos in or outside of the toilet, and if she wasn't dancing, she was mainly sitting down. But Xio would still feel an immense amount of discomfort in her feet, which she would complain about on her TikTok, maybe for sympathy or just general frustration, but she would be met by equally frustrated followers telling Xio the truth. This was her own fault. In all of the videos she made talking about her past jobs, one thing would always be a factor, and that would be food, always holding her back somehow. When she worked at Panera Bread, she mentions how hard it was for her to even stand there and take orders, as well as having to be around food all day, which made her crave even more. And pretty much a decade later, she still talks about her troubles with standing, which could only have gotten worse over time, but still yet, around this time, Xio would mock exercise and live by the standards of health at all sizes.
I just got home. I started a new job. I have a plantar wart on my left foot. This is the second time. I feel like I have a brain, but I'm still going to work. I haven't ate all day. I am so hungry. I'm so tired. I never knew. I mean, I knew the, not risk, but I knew what would happen to me if I continued to be this freaking but when people are like, dude, you need to lose weight, like there's health conditions, blah, blah, you feel pain. I never felt pain until now. Visiting your hometown isn't always roses and daisies. I always come back to this particular area. This is the first job I ever had. I worked at Panera for 6 months when I turned 18 as a barista and a cashier. This is what I always get, except for I think they got rid of the Napa almond chicken salad sandwich. Not sure why. I kind of did regret getting that souffle because I ended up getting full way faster. A lot of people don't talk about job security and insecurity, but for people my size, it's really hard for companies and people to want to take a chance on you. There's a lot of judgment that comes with applying for jobs, and honestly, it happens to even skinny people. Panera was the first place that took a chance on me, and honestly, I loved every moment of it. I'm obviously going to turn 29 soon, so I had this job when I was 18, so times are way much different now. If you ever worked at Panera, you know. Anyways, bye guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I spent so much time here.
Now that you're a little more familiar with Xio, we're going to move on to the many complications that Xio would be dealing with due to her weight. And keep in mind for the next few segments, Xio was only 27 years old at the time she's making those videos, but has complications similar to that of an elderly person who's worked in the mines for a majority of their life. As soon as Xio would get out of bed, she would be thinking of food, how much she could have, what kind of food. Her entire existence would be based around food. And while it's not uncommon to be hungry when getting out of bed, it is abnormal when you know that Xio the night before has ate the daily proportions recommended for at least 4 adults. Her entire life has, no pun intended, been consumed by her desires. When getting up, she can barely stand. As she rolls over into the perfect position to be able to stand, it now hurts. Her past decision making sending shockwaves through her skeletal system, begging to give up, with only her addiction giving her enough drive to continue. What most think is normal, going to the bathroom, turning on the TV, that's a challenge for Xio. The breath that we take for granted has turned into a shallow squeeze as it fights through the weight, a constant reminder that something needs to change. But now, Xio has a new hurdle, a new challenge to overcome. Even though she's already failed at her first goal, that means nothing. And that is because she is now TikTok famous. With so many people watching Xio's videos coming in daily to see what else she's posting, there is now less reason to get healthy than ever before. She's basically encouraged to continue down this path. Whether she knew it or not, she may have sealed her fate.
This past month, I've realized that I have been a lot much hungrier in the day in the mornings. And I don't know what that tells me about my body, but as soon as I wake up, I'm hungry. It's shocking, but also not shocking at the same time. Don't know. I did try toasting the bread so it wouldn't be as soggy, but it still is soggy. And I made this the night before, so that's pretty much not me showing the roof. The bread stuck to the roof of my throat. I guess I won't be having lunch today. What did you have for lunch?
Nah, it's to the point where I'm starting to get upset because everybody tags Queso and everybody tells him that he's my man, and y'all just be making me crave a queso dip. And I don't like that. I don't like mind tricks like that. Like, if you're gonna be playing those games, you better hit me up with a big queso dip with some chips, some nice crispy lemon chips. Wait, lemon doesn't go with queso, but the point is, I want queso. And another thing, I found out Queso's a gamer, yes, but does he live in the UK or something? Cause like, oh shit, there's a car. My bad. Cause we could collab. It's chilly. So I read over 400 PR emails, so I still have some to go through. And y'all be playing games with me. Cause why somebody messaged me about me sponsoring Ozempic? Like, you can't be sponsoring Ozempic on here. Wanting me to like push out some injections. Like, no. I haven't ate all day because I've not decided what I want to eat. My lips like sugar. I don't know what I came in my head. I'm hungry. I don't know if I want pizza or noodles or a sandwich. No. I don't want a sandwich. I eat that all the time. Okay, pizza, noodles. I did want Salvadorian food, but I think they're closed now, yeah.
And Xio gaining so much weight so fast not only did a lot of damage internally, but now it was causing external problems. And for someone like Xio who has always struggled with her identity, something she mentions on Dr. Drew's show, it's really sad knowing that what I'm about to talk about affected Xio the most, because unlike most people covered on this channel, Xio isn't a bad person. She seems to have a good heart, all things considered, but her addiction has destroyed her health, like the fact that in her early 20s, Xio had began to notice a large amount of facial hair on her body, most of all on her chin, where she has what looks to be a beard of a high schooler whose facial hair is just coming in. And where I understand some women with facial hair have conditions that are out of their control, Xio obviously has a problem, and her problem was her weight, and most likely the huge amount of fast food that she ate every day, causing her to have an imbalance in her hormones. And I also believe this is where her teeth loss was happening as well. Not only would it be harder for Xio to get up and do all of her oral cleaning daily, so now Xio has to spend a huge amount of her time a day managing her facial hair and teeth pain before she can even go out. And whereas this is certainly a minor problem, all things considered with everything else, I think this just compounds on top of everything else, making Xio less likely to go out and exercise, and giving her more reasons to sit inside and gain even more weight.
If you're eating right now, stop what you're doing, save this video and watch it later. This is for my girlies with the hair on the chins. I run LA, am I right? Even if my name was Natalie Nunyu. Alright, that's enough of that. But I wanted to show you a little bit of how I take care of my facial hair. This is a Panasonic little hair shaver thing that I got from Amazon. Honestly, I got it like 3 years ago. I need to get a new one, or at least replace the blades. Typically, you don't want to shave hair off your face ever, and that's one of the biggest mistakes I did in the beginning. But if I could remember, I started getting facial hair back like in 2019. I use it in other areas like my eyebrows. That's how I keep them in shape. I've been letting my hair grow out so then I could just, it's just the cleanup is just better when you let it grow out, but it does get embarrassing in social settings, especially like work. This is a mirror that I use. I recently got this on Amazon. It's like a 10x magnifier. You could put batteries in it, but I don't have any. This is a Philips nose trimmer. I got this for Christmas 2 years ago. I really love it. You shouldn't be really moving it like that inside because it could cut you. And it has cut me before. But I really like this because I even get ingrowns in my nose. Welcome to part 2, mother lovers. No hate to that comment, but when is this gonna end? This stereotype thing that people think that weight loss literally fixes everything in the book. There are people that literally do have an issue with PCOS or people that just have extra facial hair. Yes, it has to do with hormones and stuff like that, but you can't blame everything on weight. At the end of that first video, I told everyone that I was gonna pluck, but I actually grew it out, so this is how my hair grew. At the beginning of this video, it's been like maybe four-ish days. So now I'm plucking it because I'm getting ready to start my work week. And I definitely don't like going to work with a full beard. Let's try the grape. My favorite Skittle is the red and the grape. Mmm. Mmm. I really hope I don't lose any more teeth. Listen, I know people make candy bigger than this and I'm willing to try, but honestly, they're worth the hype. I was kind of skeptical, whatever. I was concerned, but I will rate these a good 7.9. 8. I'll give it an 8.
On top of all the physical problems Xio had, she was now also growing very lonely, with TikTok really being her only outlet where she felt like she could be herself. Even though people still judged her on there, it was a place where she could also get attention, something she never really had. If Xio wasn't heading out to eat, the only other places that Xio would frequent besides her job is going to the bar and try to meet somebody, which only really led to her making a video in the bathroom talking about her night, or her going over to some weight loss meeting events hoping to find the girl she's been dreaming about. But even at those events, Xio would struggle to find love, mainly due to the fact that not many people strive to be caretakers, and with Xio's mounting problems, no matter how much love and compassion was there, that's what it would boil down to. Xio would face a mass amount of scrutiny on a daily basis. If you go back and look at her comment section, pretty much any video that she posted, the top comments were always making jokes about the size of Xio, and for the most part, she would take it in stride or at least put on a brave face for the camera. But when you know who Xio is, you can tell that all this negativity wasn't just getting to her because they were being mean, but deep down inside, she knew they were telling the truth, and if she didn't change now, bad things would soon come.
Does anybody else feel like really depressed when a new year's coming up? It does look like there's like an extra dense line right here and here. This is from the way I sleep. And then this is, I think, discoloration from obesity. It clears up when I lose weight. It's gross, dude. Honestly, like, does anybody else feel super depressed when it's a new year? Like, I just feel overwhelmed. Like, I didn't get things done, or things could have been better, or this could have been different. And then it's new year and you're just, like, shocked. Like, what am I gonna do? How fast are things gonna get done? What's gonna change? And it's just like, I should be turning up right now because Gypsy Rose is out. And can you guys leave her the fuck alone? I don't know who needs to hear this. Stop making excuses for people that don't want to be in your life. If they wanted to, they would text you. If they wanted to see you, they would make plans to see you. They do not care. It's time you stand up for yourself, have some self-confidence, some self-respect. Those people, and I'm talking about even family, if they're not going to make the time and effort to connect with you, they're not going to respond back to your text, they're not going to call you back, goodbye. It's 2024, okay? I'm not going to keep wasting my time trying to reach you, trying to spend time with you. If I'm going to end up alone and not have anyone, like, not alone, come on, but like, you know, stop! Stop begging for people's time.
But no matter how bad things were getting for XioTheDreamer physically and mentally, there was always something that was making her continue to spiral down this path. a path that would eventually be her potential doom, and that was content creation. Whenever you watched a lot of Xio's early videos, you could tell that for a long time she was struggling paying bills due to a lack of work, and not only that, the clothes that Xio had were all worn down, typically having to wear multiple layers just to cover up the huge holes in her outfits, and as well giving her comfort so her folds didn't rub together. And the viewers who liked Xio would begin to send her new outfits, utilizing Amazon's wish list. Effectively, Xio couldn't believe that people would care enough about her to buy her something that she needed, and these fans' interactions would fuel her content, going on live stream multiple times a week to have mukbang sessions with their viewers. Most of these have been lost to time, but the effect they had on Xio was not. Xio would be consuming large meals bigger than she most likely ate on the average day before TikTok, and she would balloon in weight around this time, visibly being the biggest she'd ever been. That was until Xio found something she never expected, and that was a group of friends on TikTok who did the same thing, eating massive amounts of food on camera for her viewers. And when Xio would begin to take trips to visit them, it got so much worse. The proportions would be out of this world. The amount of breakfast for just 2 people Xio made looks like a bad hour in the McDonald's drive-thru, but instead of feeding multiple families, it was just for Xio and her friend, and maybe a third, and when they wasn't eating large amounts of food, they would be going out to the bars drinking and eating more, and where it probably seemed like a nice getaway from the stresses of the internet, little did Xio know that her search for friendship would be the final straw on the camel's back.
Hey guys, I got 2 things in the mail. They are from Megan. I'm excited. I know that it's clothes, which I'm so thankful for, but I don't know what it is. Okay, let's see. I think she said she was gonna try to send pants. They are silky. I know we were talking on chat with how the material is, and this is, you can see, I really like them. I just don't know if I would wear them to work. They look see-through to me, and they do look big enough, Meg. For real. I'm so excited to have these on. So excited. They're huge. Thank you so much, Megan, for sending me 3 of these. They are tall, so I'm so excited. And even though they are silky and see-through, I honestly feel like I'm gonna test them out at work still. I really like them. I love them. I got that one. I got this one, which I think they're pretty much the same. And for the people that keep commenting on my clothes, they see a few ribs, a few tears, are you gonna buy me new clothes? Okay, clothes for me is expensive. Mind your business, okay? Buy me clothes, take me on a shopping spree, or shut it. Goodbye. You, but don't fall into the trap, okay? I'm just making some breakfast for my friend Sky. You already know how it is. She be feeding me, she be cooking the good shit. So I was like, let me do a little justice. Let me do it back for her and her son and cook her some breakfast. So I just made some pancakes. Honestly, I don't like cooking anymore. I came to the realization, it is not for me. I was in culinary class growing up. Look at where it left me. Yes. I don't want to hear no kiki shit. I don't want to hear you're like that girl that ate the whole pack of sausages. I'm cooking for 3. And you know what? Actually, 2. 2. I'm cooking for 2 motherfucking bitches. Anyways, how are you guys doing? It's Monday, start of the week. A lot of people are wondering why I post if I really don't make money on these videos, but look, I enjoy you guys. I love chatting with you guys. It's a hobby. It's something that I love. I love making videos, expressing myself, showing how I live. And it's a fucking journey. It's a ride. What do you guys think about chocolate chip pancakes? I thought this one was cute when I turned it around. But I am going to show you one that I make that came out bad. Just so you can see nobody's perfect. I got to work it again and again till I get. And I don't even like bacon. But here I am cooking it the up. Because that's what my friend likes. And she taught me how to cook bacon. There you go. There you go. I wasn't playing, was I? But yeah, so I love posting for you guys. I know you guys want to see me working out. Me too. I would love to work out. I don't know why my mind won't connect the dots. And I just make so many excuses, but I do like to move around. I know it may look like I don't, but I do. And I think my knee bothering me is like another factor too. And obviously I'm lazy. That's how I make my eggs, guys. But this is how it came out. What do you guys think? Would you eat? See, chocolate chip, regular, hash browns, sausages, and then the bacon and the pancakes. Oh, the eggs. Bye, guys. Love you. But here I was crying because I really am going to miss Seattle. Seattle has become my second home. I've been living there for the past 8 years. I miss it dearly. Look at this. This is the Pacific Northwest, okay? Oh, my God, it's calling my name. So a little bit about the ticket. This was a one-way. It was around $400 to $500. I don't know why they don't give full meals anymore. They just give out like snack boxes with like protein and shit that makes you think you're eating something.
Xio has been to 2 weight loss boarding schools where people all around the world come to as a last resort to attempt to lose weight. It's very apparent that these attempts were a little more than that, just attempts, because she's been struggling with weight loss ever since then, but that's not due to the school. As reported, a majority of students do lose weight while they're at these camps. The real problem is when they return to home and resume their habits that got them there in the first place. And unfortunately, Xio was one of those who fell into that category. And as time would go on, Xio's weight would control more and more of her life. Xio was even featured on a show with Dr. Drew about her weight loss. It's kinda heartbreaking to know that Xio has been dealing with these struggles throughout her entire life. When she describes being trapped in a person she doesn't want to be, it rips away the facade that she plays up on TikTok, that she's okay with how things went. Seeing a young Xiomara getting pulled out of class by the Biggest Loser ladies was soul shattering when you know how this story ends. The embarrassment and the courage that young Xio is showing is where a lot of people are at when they are trying to overcome an addiction. And at 15, Xio was willing to take on that battle, no matter who was going to laugh about it. And around that time, she did lose weight. She did have motivation to keep the weight down. But after the cameras went off and it was time for her parents to assist, it just didn't happen. She was left all by herself to fight a battle that she had lost time and time again, citing that even after the show, her and her parents continued to eat out for a majority of their meals. And it's so wild that this same girl who at 15 and fully aware of the dangers this lifestyle would lead, had grew so callous and decided that she could be any size and still fit. Obviously just to cope because she could no longer manage herself. And when you realize around the time she began to open up about being on this show would be when she was telling her viewers that her breathing began to grow worse. And instead of taking this serious, she would mock the people saying that she needed to exercise and go to the gym and start eating healthy, thinking that because she was still so young, she couldn't possibly face any more life-altering challenges. And how wrong she was. As the breathing complications continued, in a short amount of time, it would completely alter her life, showing that young Xio was right, and that Xio had lost her way somewhere along the lines.
I wanted to go on a walk with you guys to see how my breathing is. Hey, I'm a big... I'm back up to 600 pounds. Let's just say that. I gained... Ooh, here comes a car. That's why I didn't want to walk. Because there's cars that come through. So right now, a car just came through, and now I should be running, but I'm just gonna try to speed walk. So if I'm breathing like a heavy, it's cause I'm heavy. Okay, but hey, I'm outside. I've been outside, dude. I've been like to 6 clubs. Let's not say that one. Not me pausing it, cause I'm literally trying to breathe. But we literally are only 2 minutes in, and we're almost at the store already. Here's the shoes and the fit. I went down to 250 pounds. I'm just being fat, and I'm hurting. I have a lot of trauma. Hello, trauma buddies. Slay for the slay, okay? Oh, that's a sign. There's also a Mexican restaurant. Next time we gotta walk the other way. Fine, since everyone wants me to hit the gym. There, I hit the gym, god damn it. I used to do 4 workouts a day in the gym and still go to high school. Like, I really was that bitch. To be honest with you guys, like, when I used to be healthy and go on walks, I do like taking breaks. At the beginning of my journey, when I ever start, I take breaks. Come on. Like, I'm dying right now, like, of breath. But that's because but when I'm actually healthy and fit, I don't take breaks. And when I see and feel myself getting tired, I push myself. I'm not saying that I do that right now. I'm saying when I am healthy and more mobile. Did you see that car that was about to run me over? I need to finish walking. I need to get back. But so when I am healthy and fit and I feel that like, ooh, I want to quit, like, let's just go home, I don't. I usually really push myself. I've realized that the more I take walks, even if they're small, just like going to the store to get something, like, we got to work on that, right? Like, small steps. We got to work on the steps where we don't go to the store for a soda, but instead maybe go for a coffee or maybe go for water. But hey, today is today, and I chose a sody pop, and that's fine. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, every day it'll change, and that's what I actually feel. So yes, I don't know if fat schools are still a thing. I'm pretty sure they are. But I went to a weight loss boarding school in California, and I went to one in South Carolina. Sorry, I don't know why I always like sniff things too hard. This smells like a little bit like Valentina, and I did not expect them to be like this. So the first weight loss boarding school I went to was called Weight Loss Academy of California, and that was in Fresno. And the other one was called Mindstream, and that was in Bluffton, South Carolina. The first one I was there for 7 months, and the second one I was there for not even like maybe like less than 3 months, maybe even shorter, like 2 months. I was really successful at the first school, but the second one, no. The first school I had lost like 150, and then the second school that I went to afterwards, so I hadn't gained it all back, no. But the second school, I only lost like 40 pounds. Like, it was, I don't know, it was a nightmare. Both of the schools have shut down. Like, years ago they shut down. And the first one, they made it into like a completely like a center for like young men, like young troubled teens, something like that.
Xio was a constant poster on TikTok. She would post multiple times a day, just about every day, whether it be just her doing dances or her doing mukbangs or simply just showing what she was eating on that day. So fans and haters of hers grew concerned when she suddenly stopped posting one day. At first, the concern wasn't too great, but when she was inactive for over 2 months, people realized something terrible most likely happened, with many thinking the worst. And that was almost the reality. One day, Xio, due to her extreme weight, went into a coma, only to awake incubated at the doctor's, where she was quickly sent off to a rehab, and she would be incubated 2 other times while at that doctor's office. When she finally awoke, Xio would realize that all of the signs she ignored for so long, all of the pains and sleepless nights due to lack of oxygen, finally had a consequence. She could no longer use her left arm or her right leg due to a symptom of being in a coma for such a long period of time, and as I'm making this video, it seems like she'll be able to recover some mobility in both limbs, but it's already been 6 to 8 months with very little progress, and with Xio's immense weight, there's a huge possibility that Xio never completes rehabilitation. But no matter what, Xio will most likely need a full-time caretaker, as the doctors have told her that this road to recovery is a long one. And this woman, who was always so upbeat, even though the serious medical concerns that she had has faded away, making me think the last bit of the driven 15-year-old Xio is gone, a relic of the past, consumed by her own desires and lack of discipline.
So, I was at Paradise, and I remember a couple days before I was feeling ill. Like, I felt like I didn't have a cough, but I could definitely feel like my breathing was getting heavier. I was tired all the time. So what I did is I DoorDashed some Kleenex, like NyQuil, DayQuil, Gatorade, electrolytes, and I was a Vicks Vaporub, and I was like, I'll just take this per usual, and I usually can get over it the next day. Well, the next day came, and I remember it being like 5 p.m. and I hadn't left my room. So at the time, my friends were concerned, and one of my friends had called the house to see if they've checked up on me. And so, long story short, they came to my room, and I just wasn't myself. My lips were purple. So they ran to CVS and they got an oxygen reader. And they put it on my finger and my oxygen was like 58. I can't remember if it was 48 or 58, but I think it was 58. My oxygen was still low at the hospital, supposedly. And then I tested positive for the flu type A, which is one of the worst ones. I also tested, I had pneumonia. I had fluid all in my lungs, like my lungs were filled with fluid. Mind you, in Seattle, because I lived in Seattle for the past 8 years before coming to Vegas, I was diagnosed with chronic severe sleep apnea. There's a lot of rumors spreading around, so I wanted to come and set everything straight. No, I'm not dead. I'm still alive. Yes, my beard has grown. My voice has changed. My hair's cut off. I'm still in the hospital. It's April 5th. On April 7th, it will mark 3 months that I have been here. I want to show you what I got for dinner, and let's talk about a couple of things. I have only one working arm and hand right now. So, I have been intubated now 3 times in this hospital. I only have one working hand. So it's been rough to do things with one hand. So, but I've managed. My right leg and my left arm are asleep. They're saying it's due to me laying in bed for so long, like, sedated, asleep without moving.
When Xio finally got to rehab, she was allowed access to her phone again. She would decide to start making videos again, following the advice of some of her followers to document what she was experiencing while at the hospital. And where it's not as ridiculous and provoking the morbidly curious, it's a good insight into what can happen to you if you allow yourself to get to the point Xio did. But what it mainly shows is how Xio, even in these dire circumstances, hasn't grown very much. Even though she's bedridden in need of constant care, that doesn't seem to happen on the regular. Xio still worries about every single meal that comes her way. Her dialogue is always food related, and soon you'll discover that these are just excuses. Even when she's crying about 5 times a day, you'll notice that she isn't crying over the lack of care she's getting, with her allowed to sit in bed sheets that she wetted long ago. It's about her lack of food, or the proportions that Xio is used to, or her complaining that the food just isn't up to her standards, not realizing even though the rehab isn't built to accommodate people in need of food management, they're following guidelines to manage her weight to the extent of their knowledge. And as we know, Xio has been used to eating far over 8,000 calories in a day, and it wouldn't be that difficult to be at a calorie deficit even if they weren't used to this kind of treatment. But still yet, laid up in bed having her meals brought to her, Xio is struggling to lose weight.
Okay, hi, officially good morning. Today's June 1st, and it's the first day that I'm vlogging, and I'm trying to do this a daily vlog and be consecutive. Is that how you say it about it? So this is a typical day for me here. I'm in rehab. I was in the hospital in Vegas for 4 months, so this is my life right now. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got for breakfast, but this is like every day because they give breakfast here so early that I'm asleep. So my options are to reheat it or just skip breakfast, because by the time I wake up, it's almost lunchtime. So I'll show you guys. So this is breakfast. Looks like eggs, toast, sausage, and hash brown. And then I always ask for Cheerios. So I just had a bed bath. I have not eaten anything today. It's about to be 1 p.m. Okay, so I just had my first cry of the day. It's 1:20. It's because I'm starving and I haven't ate anything. And I do this every day. Like, this is why I have issues with food. Don't skip meals. Anyways, I'm just gonna order food. It's Sunday. It's thundering right now in Phoenix, so yeah. I'm so frustrated because
I can't move my hand or my arm, and my arm is like bent in a certain position, and I need it to go the other way. It's so frustrating. I don't know if you can see, but it's bent. I need it to be turned. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call the nurse. I'm struggling. I'm on my fourth cry of the day. I'm telling you, this is no joke. I don't wish this upon anyone. I'm waiting for Sister Wife's Tell-All Part 2 to come on the TV because I can't stop crying. It's just when you're in here, your life stops, and it's so hard not to think about that. And I'm almost at 10 minutes. There's no way I'm gonna post 10-minute daily vlogs every day. Who's watching this? Love you. It's 9 a.m. and I've had my third cry of the day already. You guys wanted to know the raw and the real? Well, this is it. I've been waiting since yesterday to get changed. Because I told the night staff and then they didn't do it. And then it's the day shift now and I'm still waiting. Like, this is the real shit. Like, literally, this is why I want to walk. So I could just go to the toilet and, like, have a normal life again. Like, it's so unfair.
And while Xio attempts to follow the diets, you can see that her old habits constantly come back to get her. Xio is continuing to order out non-stop. One moment she'll post the relatively healthy meals that the rehab is providing her, only for Xio to say that she can't stomach it, or coming up with another excuse as to why she must order out. And sure enough, the next frame will be her showing off the fatty meal that she DoorDashed for herself. Like the time she was given a turkey salad and some soup, only for her to order a huge proportion of In-N-Out. And as discouraging as this is for the viewer, it really goes to show that no matter what problem she's facing, Xio is going to turn back to food. And if she does manage to make it out of rehab and does end up losing weight while in there, that the progress will be short-lived and her old habits will be storming back once again. I mean, the embarrassment that she must feel knowing that she has destroyed her life because of ordering out, but even while stuck in the hospital, having to get constant care, she still continues to order meals and eat huge proportions. And with little to think about, I understand that having such access to food would be a struggle. If an addict could get their substance of choice hand-delivered by an organization, rehab success would plummet even further. But still yet, almost losing everything and it still didn't wake Xio up, I truly don't think anything will, but I'm hopeful that it could change.
It's literally 8:45. Around 7, I decided to order pupusas, and it came with all of this. I got an agua de tamarindo. I got 2 pupusas, but it comes with rice and beans, and then a chicken tamale. And I got this little flan thing. I just can't believe it's this much. And I'm honestly embarrassed, and honestly, I know I'm gonna regret it. Like, I regretted ordering it. Like, I'm just stupid as hell. Literally, I don't have words. And I've cried so... Today was a shitty day. I need to delete the DoorDash app, like, no cap. I am, like, so ready to put this behind me. And it's like I feel like, do I need to starve? Like, and that never helps me. Most days I don't eat breakfast because I'm asleep when they pass it around. Like, what is it gonna take? Like, I'm shook. Like, I really am. And I have no excuses and no words for my actions. I'm praying and hoping that tomorrow's a better day and that I get a grip, and I need to delete that app or figure out something. I kid you not. It is the most embarrassing thing. Especially if, like, your order... I mean, thank God I am not, like, psychotic enough to order McDonald's. Because that would be a low blow. And that's when I know, like, I've hit rock bottom. Like, I try to sometimes, most times, eat healthy. But still, like, it's just crazy. Like, just think about it, okay? DoorDash delivers to your home at your doorstep. They don't come in your room. They don't come, like, in your area. But here, because it's like... I should not be laughing, Xiomara.
Cállate los hocico. It's not funny. Okay, guys, as you know, I didn't have breakfast. I had the meatloaf for lunch. For dinner, it was chicken tender with tots, and I honestly tried it. And I was like, I just don't want to waste my calories on that. Like, from really only having one full meal in the day. So then I was like, okay, what am I craving? And I've been craving like veggies, but like grilled veggies. Like, you know, the fajitas that they have that they serve at Chipotle? So then I looked at like, what could I get? So I ended up getting chicken and steak fajitas. Medium. This is a medium, guys. I usually get like a large or bigger, but honestly, like, I'm not gonna be hard on myself. I'm really not. Like, I understand that I'm at rock bottom and I am where I am and the situation, like, and you know, I'm not dumb. Like, I've been obese my whole life. At the same time, like, I'm not gonna like put myself super down for choosing to have one meal, especially when I'm not like ordering Jack in the Box, McDonald's, like, etc. Like, it's not an excuse. I'm just, maybe it is an excuse. Okay, I get it. I think one thing I need to talk about is that my entire life I grew up eating out. Like, yes, we would have home cooked meals sometimes, but no. All the time on the road eating the cheapest things from fast food. That's literally what I grew up on. And sometimes it's really, really, really hard to cut those habits. I called and asked them if it comes with complimentary chips and salsa. Dude, they were not playing. Bean dip, salsa, and all. Bro, these look so good. Chicken and steak fajitas. Guys,
I've cried so much today. Like, yeah, I'm happy to see my mom and I'm so grateful for my gifts, but like, I can't stop thinking about my situation. And I'm so tired of people saying in the comments, oh, well, you deserve this. I told you, we warned you. I've been dealing with this my entire life. This is not something new. Newsflash. Why can't I just be a normal human? A normal fucking 30-year-old. Why is my mind consumed with what I'm gonna eat next? What I'm gonna eat this day? It's sickening. It's literally sick. And I can't stop. It's fucking driving me nuts. Especially because I'm bored as hell. The only type of relief I get is when I either vlog or I go on live or I'm on FaceTime. I don't even like to bother people. I don't like to consume people with my worries or what's going on in my mind.
My belief that Xio won't change her ways, even though I'd like to see it, are almost confirmed with her struggle with the DoorDash app. Even she was able to recognize that DoorDashing at all was nothing but a problem, but still yet one of the main features of her vlogs from the hospital is her claiming that she's deleted the app, only to later show that she had in fact downloaded it again and ordered an even bigger meal this time. It was revealed by Xio that she had lost around 80 pounds while in a coma, but after getting to the rehab whose main goal is to get her walking again or in a wheelchair, so their main priorities is not to stop her from ordering out. They might discourage it, but that won't stop her. And because of this and all the DoorDash she has gotten, Xio has gained 40 more pounds since arriving in that facility. And for someone who already has a long road ahead of them, at just 29 years old, she continues to make it harder and harder for herself. No matter how much crying she does, no matter what amount of complaining she does, she may say it's because of her need to walk and go live her life. That's a lie. Her main goal is to continue eating the way she used to, and I fear this might be the cycle she's perpetually stuck in, whether she's in a rehab or somehow finally making it home.
It's 10:30. This was breakfast, but I don't feel that well today.
Yo, here's lunch. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, this is beyond complaining, y'all. Like, I miss, like, I cannot. I have no words. Like, am I supposed to starve? Don't answer that, because you're going to say yes. I'm, like, fed up today. And then, like, it's about to be 1, it's 12:50. And I was told that I'm not going to be going in the chair today. I already don't get PT on the weekend, so I wait patiently for Monday to come so that I could get off of this bed. And I get hit with I'm not going to go in the chair today. My faith is being tested. I find myself yesterday and today, like, really not wanting to record anymore. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna stop this vlog series because the people in my DMs, yes, like, I get a lot of beautiful and, like, supporting comments and messages, but, like, at the same time, I get a lot of hate. And, like, yeah, I can turn off the comments, but it's like, what is that gonna do? And it's not even that the actual wording affects me. It's the fact that I feel like I can't really be myself. And that's the whole reason why I record and I post. I received so many comments saying, oh, just wait, she's gonna re-download it. I lasted like 2 days and I re-downloaded it. And today I ordered Pollo Loco and I double dashed and ordered a small Slurpee M&Ms. I haven't had M&Ms in like 7 months. I had M&Ms, a small Slurpee, and Pollo Loco.
Surprisingly, for a short period of time, Xio was actually making an effort to stay off the app. It opened up some serious emotions from her, bringing up the past and letting us know where a lot of the pain was coming from, telling her audience that she struggles with being alone due to the fact that she was placed in the foster care system, and no doubt due to that horrible time in her life, Xio would constantly choose food to soothe herself. It's so sad knowing that these problems Xio faces now are just from her younger self trying to make herself feel better in a situation where there was no winning, and it followed her all of these years to the point it may destroy her completely. And that need to be with someone and have companionship grows more concerning when I tell you this. Xio has been receiving a bunch of gifts from someone that I didn't expect, and someone you probably won't either. It was revealed through a Reddit thread that Xio has been getting gifts from Emily. You may be asking why that name is relevant and who it is. It's because this Emily is the former ex-girlfriend of Amberlynn Reed, known to be a feeder and fed her previous wife to the point of no return, something Xio is completely susceptible to, and with her needing so much care, even if she leaves the hospital, Emily being in her life would only lead to disaster. While she was with Amberlynn Reed, Amber's weight skyrocketed. This woman is very dangerous, and it's especially concerning when you realize that Xio is facing far more complications than Amber when it comes to weight. Even though I'd say Amber isn't far behind, Xio was in a coma for over 2 months and is still in a battle with weight loss every single minute of her life. So to have this person who's willing to destroy someone's life for their own pleasure is very dangerous, even more so when you consider the circumstances that Xio finds herself in, already in the hospital, struggling with overcoming her eating addiction and her crippling loneliness. So having a person willing to satisfy all of those needs of Xio's gives her even less hope after she leaves this facility.
I just deleted the DoorDash app. I did. I sat here after I ate my Starbucks, drank my Starbucks, whatever, and I bawled like a f***ing baby. Bawled. I bawled and cried and cried and cried. I'm like, why? Why? Like, is it like a rush that I get from ordering? Like, why? Like, just why? Like, I just kept saying, why? Like, why? Why? I'm making it so much harder on myself. The fact that I'm already not walking and I haven't walked for 5 months. The fact that I'm bedbound and I continue to just add on to it. For what? What is the reason? Like, and I couldn't stop crying. Like, I almost asked for an anxiety medication, small, something healthy. And then it turned into, like, the next day I didn't order. And the day after I didn't order. But then I was like, a couple times a week. And it just went crazy. And that's how you know that's a true addict. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, be in denial all you want. Then DoorDash has the audacity to ask me why I'm canceling my Dash Pass, even though it's been canceled. But I paused it. I paused my Dash Pass. Last night I went to sleep like almost 3 a.m. My mom just left. I really hope I don't spiral. Every time she says goodbye, it gets so hard. I
hate being alone and being so far away from home. This is why I wanted them to transfer me to my home state. But I didn't get the option because I don't have insurance. For all you little haters in the chat, my taxpayers are paying for this. Oh, this shit pisses me off. I don't think you guys understand. Like, I went to foster care when I was a kid. I hate goodbyes. I cannot. So this is how my leg is right now. You see how I have some movement in my knee, but not my foot. And here's my arm. It's laying on me right now. And I wanted to show you this. Look at that. Little by little. And that is like really nasty, but yeah. It's 4:20 and I'm like on my second cry of the day, but this is a time where I cry the most because I'm stuck. Like, I'm in the wheelchair and I can't get up and I need help, and honestly, I'm literally over it. I'm in pain. My tailbone is hurting, my sides are hurting. I've been having to pee for the past 2 hours. Like, you just want to get up like how you usually do, and I can't. I literally can't. I just want to get up. I couldn't hold it and I peed myself and it's literally dripping down onto the floor, down my legs. The next step after we're working on core muscles, and I do bed exercises at times, but the main focus right now is being able to hold myself up sitting so that I can eventually learn and start standing again. The last time that I stood on my feet was in March, I believe. Yeah, yeah. February, March, like end February, March. So that was a while ago. And the last time I took a couple steps was in February. So just imagine, not a small person. So it's gonna take a minute. And it's very frustrating, but I do see some improvement in my mobility, core stuff and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that it progresses.
After over half a year of dealing with all of these complications, Xio at the time of her recording these videos had not even taken a step. And I have even worse news. Still currently, Xio isn't able to walk or really stand on her own feet almost 1 year later. You can see that she hates this life, resorting on peeing herself all the time, and those tears sound more genuine than when she's begging for better meals or more DoorDash. This has to be emotionally devastating to be in that kind of state, but still 8 months later, Xio finds herself in constant fear that she's going to hurt herself when she walks, and this is just speculation by me, but I believe it could be because she has a deep down knowledge that she's gained more weight from all of the door dashing she's done, so walking is even more out of the picture than when she first arrived. I'd love to sit here and tell you guys that Xio has started to improve, but that'd just be a lie. Xio is in the same condition she was in when arriving to that rehab facility. I'm not sure what would have to happen for Xio to change her life or simply be able to walk again. All of the motivation seems to be gone as she continues to fall into old habits that broke her in the past.
So yesterday I told the occupational therapist that I was ready to stand up. Okay, so the last time I stood was in March. And yeah, that was a while ago, on my 2 feet. Because remember, I have one non-working leg. Well, I asked them, and I've been telling them since the beginning that I got to rehab that I want to stand, I want to walk, I want to get out of here. But they're like, you're not ready for it. Then they were like, we need to get you a wheelchair. So then I've been sitting in this wheelchair for over 2 weeks now. We had to wait 2 weeks to get it, and I've been sitting in it for over 2 weeks. So I'm like, okay, I feel like the process is going slow. So we've been doing exercises to build up my trunk strength so that I can hold myself up and stuff like that. And they wanted to see how well I did in the chair. So now that all that's over, the next step is to go onto a pad where you're basically gonna sit up by yourself without anything holding you, you're sitting on the mat like a pad, but you're holding your trunk strength up with one. Remember, I have one working arm and hand. My other arm is not working. So long story short, yesterday I told them I'm ready to stand, I want to do this, blah blah blah.
Well, they took my word for it, and today they put me in the parallel bars to try to get up. But I don't know, because sometimes things take really long here and it's slow. I wasn't mentally prepared for it. So when she told me that after last night, last night I re-downloaded DoorDash and I freaking ordered from 2 places. I felt it this morning. I felt so guilty. I felt it in my gut. I felt it in my stomach. I just wasn't ready for it mentally, even though we had that talk yesterday. And they're like, yeah, we're going to try to stand up today. Did I stand? No. I let my mind control me and I chickened out. And like, it's not even about chickening out. Like, I need to be sure that I could do it. And the crazy freaking thing, I've gained 30 to 40 pounds since being in rehab. A lot of people in the comments are like, damn, this girl is literally ordering DoorDash. She's ordering food while in rehab. What is this? Blah, 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 blah. This rehab is more like skilled nursing. I came here to regain mobility and for respiratory. This is a respiratory center because I was on very high oxygen. I was on the high flow. I was intubated 4 times. That is what landed me here. Today we tried to stand. And although I did not stand yet and I have not stood yet, I was able to get my butt off the chair and I felt proud of myself. And like, should I have ordered dinner? No. But like, from that time to now, I think like, I really want a snack. Like, I really want food. And then I am starting to think about my progress, Like, the more you eat, the more you add on, like, the harder it will be. On my knees, on my ankle. When I try to stand, what really like blocks me from standing is the weight on my ankle and my knee, my right ankle and knee. Because some of you guys are confused with what isn't working. It's my left arm and my right leg. Some people think it's my right arm. No, I'm holding my phone with my right arm right now. It's my left arm and my right leg. The swelling has gone down a little bit. Last night, like around 3 a.m., I got labs taken. And it kind of like scared me a little because since I've been at rehab, I've only gotten labs like once or twice. I get them done like maybe every 2 to 3 weeks.
The story of XioMara is one of the saddest I've ever made a video on. Initially, I figured I had stumbled onto another Amberlyn Reed or Foodie Beauty, but I quickly realized that Xio was no sort of thing. She was actually a good person at her core with a food addiction, probably worse than the latter two. Her entire life has been a struggle that she filled in the gap left by her peers and her parents with food, and the larger that hole became, the more food she put in its place. It's a tale as old as addiction, but unlike most substances that are hard to obtain and can get you in trouble with the law, food addiction normally never leads there. It's just a gradual self-destruction that I feel for anyone suffering from it. I only wish the best for Xio and her speedy recovery, so one day I can tell you guys that she changed her life. But sadly, I fear that day will never come, and if Xio is watching this and makes it to this part of the video, I urge you to get into a real weight loss clinic, get closer to your family, and maybe even Dr. Drew can help you and try to change your life before it's too late. And I mean that last part seriously. And that last message also goes out to anyone watching this who may be struggling similarly to Xio. But that's enough for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, follow all the socials, use the new hype feature, and I'll catch you guys next time.